Hi everyone, Mariah here from Acupuncture. I wanted to tell you a story about a recent patient of mine that I just started seeing a few weeks ago, and I think it really just speaks to the power of acupuncture and what most people just don't really understand how powerful acupuncture is. So I had this teenager come on into me. She had had a past of different symptoms happening, the worst of which was like alopecia spots showing up in her scalp. She had no other hair loss, no eyebrow loss or anything like that, just these like quarter-size spots on her scalp. Last year she had one. She went into her doc said, hey, let's just do some steroid injections, this should help. In her telling me about that story and that situation is that she went in for 6 to 8 steroid injections right into the scalp. At first the spot became much larger, and then it did start to decrease in size and eventually went away. Cut to this year, she started to develop another spot. Her mom found it as she was doing her hair one day and said, hey, I think you have another spot, this size, about the dime size. And so they were, all set to go back into the doc and kind of redo that process because it had worked in the past. So she had that scheduled, and a friend of her mom said, hey, I had a similar situation and I tried acupuncture for it and it worked. Why don't you look into something like that? And her mom was really like just for it because, steroid injections, although they did help in the past, what, is the continuous situation with that, and like what are the consequences of that if she's having to do this at least once a year? This girl's 14, 15 years old. Is she gonna have to do this for the rest of her life? So she came in and kind of had a consult with me. I said, of course, my protocol would be to do treatment for the next month and then also supplement with some herbal therapy. The herbal therapy that I found most helpful in patients that are dealing with hair loss and especially alopecia is a Chinese herbal formula called 7 Treasures to Restore the Hair Tea Pills. So perfect, right? So we started her on those right away, and I said, I want to see you twice a week for the next 3 weeks, and then we're going to reevaluate and see where we're at. I would say within the first 2 to 3 treatments, we started seeing some baby hair growth, very fine, very thin, very light colored hair growth in her spot on her head. This was really encouraging, and I noticed it, of course, because I'm working in that area, but when I said, hey, any changes, she would say, no, not really, like she can still feel the spot, right? And so we treated a couple more times, and by like the 4th, 5th treatment, she could tell the difference. I mean, the hair growth was amazing. It wasn't just little baby hairs now, it was like longer hairs in just a 2 to 3 week span. It was crazy. She was so excited, and it didn't have the same effect as the steroid injections in that the spot got bigger before it got better, and the hair that grew back was much lighter in color, but she had also relayed that that is what happened the first time when she did do the steroid injections, that when the hair came back it was finer and lighter in color. So instead of her natural hair color was kind of a darker red, the hair came in more blonde. And even seeing the spot, where it had grown out in the past, you could see a banding of blonde, so it stayed blonde. And so I said, well, I don't know, I think the hair is kind of coming in, but I think it's lighter. And her mom said, yes, that's exactly what happened last time. So we got, very similar results, but just much better results. In fact, because the spot didn't get bigger, but smaller immediately. And much faster results, and she didn't have to go to the doctor and have those painful needle therapy injections with the steroids. So she was super excited about it. I'm seeing her for a follow-up next week, just after the herbs are done, to kind of see exactly where we're at, and I'll be taking after pictures because we have before pictures. But I just love this story because it really speaks to how strong herbal medicine and acupuncture can be for things like autoimmune and things that people don't necessarily think about. If you're dealing with alopecia, pattern baldness, things like that you just are like, well, I'm gonna either have to do steroids or just live with it. There's other options that might work for you. So feel free, if you have any questions about, hey, I've been dealing with XYZ for a long time and I want to know if acupuncture can help me, reach out. I would love to talk to you about it and get you started on some kind of regimen, or talk to you about what that regimen might be, whether it includes herbs, acupuncture, both, something else. We can really talk more about your particular case in depth, which is why I think we get such great results in acupuncture, because I'm treating you, not your alopecia. I'm treating you, not your symptom, right? So your treatment style or plan might be completely different than the next person, but it's gonna get you better the fastest and gonna give us amazing results because it is so specified to you. So again, reach out if you have any questions, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Have a healthy day. Bye-bye.